Hey there, guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion number 355, high resolution graphics. I'm Xterminator, and as always, I am joined by Bombug.
Hello, hello. How you doing today, X?
Doing pretty good, kind of tired, but had a very productive day. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Enjoying. We had some big thunderstorms flying over here, so I gotta watch the fireworks on the 4th, and then the
Ooh.
skyworks on the 9th. It's a good time.
Real good combo there.
Yeah,
Man, jealous of all your storms.
yeah. We get a lot more storms over here than you do. You gotta come visit if you ever want to do some storm chasing.
Yeah, I'm good for that. I'm down. Um, Speaking of chasing, though, slowdown effect. So we've been updating, reworking, and redesigning many graphics, and the majority of entities have had high resolution for a while. With 1.0, we're trying to be as complete as feasible, which I think is not entirely true. I'll touch on that in a little bit.
Ooh, calling them out. Here we go.
Don't get me wrong, I'm loving everything they're doing. It's what they're not doing that's my problem. Um, as one of the less used items in the game, the slowdown capsule got kind of forgotten. Fair enough, a lot of people don't use it much. Slowdown capsule has multiple parts: the item icon, the effect, and the animated sticker that shows on slowed enemies. They've already updated the item icon, which sets some expectation for the effect and sticker, like what color it should have. A poison capsule has already taken blue, and green or brown would be very similar to rocket or nuclear fuel icon, so we chose orange, um, which is kind of interesting. Maybe kind of a glue type color there. Makes a lot of sense to also use the same graphics with different tints for the acid sticker from Spitter Worms, as you can see here. Um, Same type of graphic, but obviously the color of the spit from the worms. Uh, and it says, in a way, that slowdown capsule is doing the same to them as they are to you, except the acid damage. Take that, nature. So what are your thoughts on this?
Dude, I have never used a slowdown capsule before. Um, so this is like all new to me. What do you think comparing the old to the new?
um, I mean, I barely use them, so I don't really remember what they used to look like.
Okay.
This one looks pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, it goes along with the new graphics and like style of all the new things they've been doing, so I think that fits in pretty well. Um, Maybe it's just my brain, but like I feel like orange yellowish corresponds more to a poison, and something else would be better for slow, like blue, like it was. But that may just be my brain. I mean, blue can also be poison, which I think is what they've done, or they did green maybe. I don't know. I mean, this works. Like they said, I don't think many people really use them, so it's not like you're going to be seeing this constantly or anything.
Yeah, it's just kind of an extra thing for them to hit up. I do
Yeah.
remember being confused by the poison capsule being blue,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it is right now.
Yeah.
And in my mind, poison is green. So
Right.
when a game like goes around that, so to me, I would think green is poison, blue is like an icy slowing effect, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm fine with this being yellow though, but I also don't particularly plan on using it. I just automate and push turrets with bots and stuff. Like,
I mean that.
or man, when I got my first nuke for my rocket launcher,
Mm-hmm.
oh, very satisfying.
Oh, I bet that's like the most
Highly,
satisfying thing.
highly recommend. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's the way to go for sure. The slowdowns in very rare cases can be useful, especially maybe if you're playing with modded, but not used a ton. Spitter, we already know what this looks like basically. Um, Crude oil resource. Resources got high resolution sprites for 015, but we didn't have time for the crude oil spills. The new ones are very similar. Um, are they just the same? I actually don't
I
notice a
think
difference.
there's kind of some more highlighting,
Okay, maybe it
and I
makes
feel
them
like
look.
it's a little. It kind of gives like a transparent feel on this one.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, now that I look at it, it's very. I mean, they said it's very, very similar.
Yeah.
Extremely.
How
Um,
creative can you get with oil spills, man?
I mean, yeah, that's true. um, yeah, I mean, oil. I don't think like it wasn't like horrible. I mean, this is kind of, I mean, yeah, this is like what you would envision an oil spill kind of. So, um, pretty happy with that. Seems good. Little graphical improvements, which is nice.
Yep, seems good to me too.
Uh, Now we go on to the assembly machine remnants. So it's the remnants, not the machine. We've been waiting with remnants for assembly machines as they were planned to get a redesign. It doesn't really seem like we'll be able. It doesn't seem like Lee will be able to finish the assembling machine redesign before 1.0. So we've finally given them their specific remnants at least. So let's just look at these remnants first. I think they look very nice. Pretty cool. I would say you could pretty much identify this as an assembler. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think they did a good job. I've generally been, pretty impressed with their remnants where it's like, oh yeah, that looks like exactly what the thing was before, but in a destroyed state. Makes it real easy to repair for the most part. So I think they're keeping the trend over here
Mm-hmm.
with the new assembler remnants.
Yeah, for sure. So that's really awesome. What's not awesome is the fact that the assemblers are not getting their graphical rework before 1.0. Now, obviously, the press for time, like, I totally get that. You don't want to rush it. It's a very important graphic. It's like one of the most used entities in the game, so you don't want to rush it. But on the flip side, it's one of the most used entities in the game, and in my opinion, very much stands out as plain and basic compared to all the awesome new graphics they've done recently.
Yeah, especially as hard as it is to make like tier 3 assemblers or tier 2 when you initially unlock them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You you want your assemblers to look good, to sound good. When they're in movement, they gotta be producing something. Do you get the
Mm-hmm.
feeling that that's what they're doing right now?
Yeah. Not, yeah, I don't really get that. I mean, like, some of the stuff on top moves, but the rest of it, I mean, it's just a box, basically, with some gears on top.
Yep, a little oil pump kind of
Mm-hmm.
a looking arm there.
Yeah. Um, so I'm hoping maybe they'll just release this like maybe a month or two after 1.0. That'd be great. It's not super far off, but I do feel with 1.0 being such a huge thing and first impressions for everyone who waited from early access to get it at 1.0 and all the advertising and hype that's going to be going around, this really should have been redone. Like, it's obviously probably one of the hardest things to redesign. In my opinion, I think again, I'm not I don't know like everything they have to do, but in my opinion, I think they would have been far better spending their time doing this than like remaking the poison capsule and the slowdown capsule and like the power switch. Like if they'd taken all the time to redo those and like a few other things that you just barely ever see, and put it towards this, I think that would have been a much better dedication of time, in my opinion.
Yeah, this like you've got belts, inserters, power poles, and assemblers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be like
And
the
furnaces.
majority of your base. Yeah, furnaces.
Yeah.
You know, you got to make them look good. And I really like the redesign with the miners
Mm-hmm.
overall. I thought that was really cool, and
Yeah.
it's super clear what they're doing. Feels good, sounds good. But I look at the assemblers and don't quite feel that.
Same here. So, it's unfortunate. I mean, personally, like, I'm not personally super upset because I played with these for like the entire like 5 years I played Factorio. But for a new player coming in, maybe they won't notice them, or maybe they will be like, "Wow, all these awesome graphics. What is this box that is like all over my base?" But you know, at least this one is high res. At least this was a while ago they made the assembler high res, but at least we do have that. And maybe they'll release it pretty shortly after 1.0 is the hope.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be awesome.
yeah, and then moving down to so like this is a no, landmine remnants. The last missing remnant was a landmine, which doesn't have high resolution until the icon update. So here it is. So we see the landmine, we see the remnants. Um, pretty cool. I mean, I guess they did want remnants for everything, so it makes sense they did this. I did see some comments on the forum, uh, just in terms of like real life logical stuff that like the purpose of a landmine is to just like blow everything to smithereens. So like, how are there like remnants of it just like right where it blew up? Um, there were a lot of people complaining about that. Like, its purpose is to explode. So like, how is there just like all of its parts right where it like right underneath where it blew up because they'd be like scattered and blown up everywhere. Um, I mean, while that's true, personally, I don't. It doesn't really bother me. I think the remnants are still pretty cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it would make sense to have kind of like a little, just sort of a crater as the remnant. That would be fine, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe
And
have. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, like there's some shrapnel left behind, right? But that would only be during the initial explosion, and that stuff like kind of goes away
Mm-hmm.
over time, I'd bet. So I mean, it does make it really clear that there was a landmine there for the user, which I think is important to have because landmines are like good to replace. They're a one
Mm-hmm.
use thing. You're going to see the remnants very often unless you've just got bots automating the replacement, which probably should anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, maybe just kind of like a little grenade crater, and they also should have blown away the grass, you know.
Yes. Yes. That's actually a great point. I didn't think of.
And Factorio, it's a very realistic, high quality game. I mean, it looks like real life. But we've got to push here for anything we can to not break our realism. So
I mean, yeah. Of course, it can't be breaking the realism. We are able to fit rocket silos in our backpack.
mhm.
So,
And lots and lots and lots of locomotives.
yes. Yeah, exactly. I think like their complaints are valid. Personally, doesn't bother me. I'd rather have the remnants than just not have them. Period. Like it was before. And new landmine graphics look cool. Overall, really happy. Sad the assembler didn't get its redesign before 1.0. I think they're really missing out on that. But everything that they have done looks fantastic as always. So the conclusion is with version 0.15 we released the first batch of high-res graphics from many entities, FFF 187. Damn, I can't believe 0.15 was that long ago.
It's been a while, longer than most games of Factorio's size have been out.
Yeah, exactly. Longer than a lot of people have been playing. Um, so in that, they announced 15 experimental and presented all the new graphics we stated. During 0.15 stabilization, we will be adding more high resolution graphics with the aim to do everything. Let's see how that goes, but seeing what we already have, we are confident we can get it done sooner or later. You as readers of this periodical might already heard the stuff takes longer than expected a few times, so the sooner or later is now 3.5 years from then. Oh,
Yeah.
there's still more graphical updates coming in the following few weeks, but this is it for the high resolution update. So that's really cool, and I'm just crossing my fingers. Maybe within the first month of 1.0, unless they're just completely swamped by like bugs and issues, which I highly doubt. Then maybe they can just sneak in the assembler rework in there. Maybe just be maybe maybe that would actually be kind of a good like first almost content update for new players, like people who have never played the game before and just got it at when it's in 1.0 and stuff. They're like, oh, this is so cool, and then like a few weeks or a month afterwards, they're like, oh man, these guys already just released like a redesign of like the main building. This is super cool.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know,
That
so
would be
maybe that's a
nice.
strategy.
So if you could choose one, only one, assembly redesign or Spidertron, what are you choosing?
I feel like either way, I'm gonna get flack.
You'll
Like,
leave that to people in the comments to debate, huh? You
yeah,
won't step into those landmines yourself.
yeah, I'm not gonna
There won't
step
be
in.
any remnants left after you step in there.
There
Oh,
will not be. That's a good question you posed, though. I would like you guys in the comments to leave your thoughts. Yeah, assembler redesign or Spidertron if you had to pick one. Um, I feel like everyone's just gonna say Spider-Tron because the hype's so big,
Yeah,
but
you being able to like step over your buildings without, blowing them up, that'd be kind of nice.
would be kind of nice. Need an arachnophobia mode though, like Satisfactory.
Just what did they use? Cats?
I think so,
They,
yeah.
yeah, just like some low quality pictures of cats just kind of pasted over, which at the same time was a little bit disturbing. I don't know if you saw like screenshots, but sometimes it's a little weird to see just like a flat cat picture just like coming towards you. That's
Yeah,
also a little scary.
yeah. That that was
Cat phobia.
pretty terrifying. Arachnophobia indeed. So, I think there's actually a mod that already adds cats in the game somehow. But anyway, um, that's gonna do it, guys. I think that's it. Do you have any final thoughts here?
Just think they've been doing a pretty good job here. I do love to see that after 3.5 years, they're still tackling projects that a lot of other teams would have just kind of given up.
Mm-hmm.
They're dedicated. They're getting 1.0 out, which 1 point. Sorry, version like 0.18 is already far more than most fully released games
Oh
come
yeah.
out with. So they're keeping it up. They want to keep their standards high,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's part of the reason that they have what are they at, number 4 on the most highly rated games of all time on Steam?
Yeah, I think there's second at this point.
Second. Okay, I see it bounce up and down every now and then,
Yeah.
depending on which metrics you're looking at, of like flat counts versus
Mm-hmm.
like percentage. So
Yeah,
they're just doing a good job, and it really does show.
for sure. Um, it really does. So good job, guys. As always, despite my unhappiness with the assembler, I am overall very happy. You do a great job. Um, and I think that's gonna do it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts below, as always, and on the forum and Reddit for the devs. And until next time, we will see you later.
Catch you later.